Alright everyone, this is the very first and potentially series that's going to be called What If Wrestling, and basically What If Wrestling is a short video just like the vlog where I talk about wrestling scenarios, and I got this from WWE's website, and the concept of it at least, and any ideas are basically ones off the top of my head. So here's the very first edition of What If Wrestling, and what if WCW and ECW did not get bought out by WWE in 2001? Now, what I think would happen, I think that ECW still would have fell. I don't see it being nearly as successful. I think they might have maybe gotten one, maybe two more television deals, but I think soon after it would have died out, because it's proven now that that's just not where the industry was headed, that hardcore style. And I think that 2001 should have been ECW's last year, and it pains me to say that because ECW is my favorite all-time wrestling organization, so it's real hard for me to say that. But if you want to look at WCW, I think that it would still be around, no doubt about it. I don't think they would have folded anywhere from 2002 to now. I think that WCW's main focus at the time purely was ratings, was purely, shut up and do what you're told. And guys don't like that style, wrestlers. They don't like that at all. But I think at the same time, they were trying to run it like a business a little bit. So I think that's kind of why WCW would stay around. I mean, you would see guys like Bill Goldberg probably being huger than what he was at the time. I think you probably would see another 3,000 versions of the NWO. Definitely a lot more cruiserweights and high flyers coming out, no doubt about it. And hopefully Vince Russo would have gotten fired. If WCW was still around today, my main wish is that Vince Russo would have gotten fired and never worked in wrestling again. Obviously he does, still, unfortunately, but this time he has a lot more restrictions. The point is that I think WCW still would have been around. As for the WWE, I think would be taking a huge blow. That would mean that there's no Invasion. That would mean no Booker T, and Booker's awesome. What can you say? Definitely no Rey Mysterio. So I think that there'd be a lot of huge stars from WWE gone, but at the same time, you gotta look at it positively and say that, well, okay, those stars are gone, who can we push? Obviously, from 2001 to 2011, they pushed guys like Edge. And if you want to go from 2001 to 2004, it was Steve Austin, it was The Rock, it was Brock Lesnar, it was Bill Gold. Oh, wait a minute, you can't see Bill Goldberg because he's still over in WCW. So, there'd be some guys that would have gotten pushed, some guys that you wouldn't even have heard of in WWE. And I also do believe that WWE would be a lot more focused on wrestling as opposed to sports entertainment. But at the end of the day, I can't really blame them for choosing sports entertainment, because when you choose sports entertainment, you're bringing in two kinds of crowds, the sports fans and the entertainment crowd. And WWE does that so well night in and night out. I mean, that's just a proven fact. But that's basically what would have happened. There'd be a lot of major changes, I think. And I think those guys from ECW would probably be either in Ring of Honor or WCW. Let's put it this way. If WCW and ECW never died out in 2001, I think ECW would have died out like 08 or 09. That's just my opinion. And I think a lot of those guys would go to Ring of Honor, TNA, or WCW, because WCW would still be around. I don't see too many of those guys going to WWE. I don't. Non-hardcore guys like Steve Corino or Mike Awesome, they're pretty much till the end. I mean, I think they would have gone to WWE because they would have been huge stars in my opinion. So to me, it totally makes sense. So this concludes the very first edition of What If Wrestling, and I will see you guys later this week for another episode of the vlog.